This map of Manhattan is one of my favorite maps of all time because it perfectly shows how all definitions are either fuzzy or closed. Basically, the New York Times went around and asked 37,000 people what neighborhood they lived in and got some crazy different responses. Like this one corner of Houston and 6th was pretty equally divided between people calling it the Village, the West Village, Soho, and Hudson Square. That's because the definition is fuzzy. It's not perfectly defined, so everybody draws their own boundaries. Meanwhile, everybody agrees that Roosevelt Island over here is Roosevelt Island because the definition is instead closed. The boundaries of the neighborhood are perfectly defined by it being on the island. And this difference might seem obvious because we see it mapped out like that, but all words actually follow this pattern as well. For example, the phrase closed concept is itself a closed concept because it only necessarily refers to words with a set definition. At the same time, the word sandwich is instead a fuzzy concept because people famously don't agree when something stops being a sandwich. Of course, this generates disagreements, but it's important to understand why because most words in things like politics are also fuzzy concepts. Even though you can't see a map like this for every word, the ambiguity is still there and people are willing to fight over it. That's how you end up with loaded language and dog whistles, and that's why phrases like critical race theory or from the river to the sea can mean very different things to different groups of people.